Hey Terrell, hey Raz. What are you guys up to? Yeah, getting rid of some money sounds about right. Just having a couple days off, or are you actually going somewhere? Vacation? Gotcha. It's kind of the only way to do it these days with the amount of everything costs, so. You must have a bigger Hobby Lobby than I do. The one I went to by me pretty much is just like a Michael's with just more crap. You really don't have any models or any of that crap in there. I didn't finish watching all the videos yet, Terrell, but they are good though. I like them. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. It's so weird. I can't like watch those videos during the day. It's like Instagram blocks them or doesn't want you to see them. But late at night, they pop up like crazy. So I guess they try to limit that stuff. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's something I've noticed on my end. Yeah, see, I don't get them during the day, but at night they come in like crazy, so. Because sometimes on my lunch break I want to watch some of them, but they won't come up. Yeah, see, we like the, whatchamacallit, the conspiracy stuff. But they just like to hide it during the day. Because sometimes when I'm on my lunch break, I want to just like turn off, get away from the computer for a bit, you know, from music or something, and kind of just see what's going on, and it won't show any of that crap. So, oh well. Yeah, they probably don't want like young kids to see it during the day, so that's probably why they put it at night. But whatever. You guys see watching all the San Diego Comic-Con stuff? I guess they're all releasing everything today. Nothing too exciting for me, but I was just kind of curious. I mean, they're finally doing like the Spider-Man villains, and I think they did it on Omega Red. It's like stuff Sideshow should have done like years ago, but now they're doing it. Maybe they finally starting to listen to fans saying that we're tired of the same shit over and over. Yeah, I haven't seen too much stuff that I'm interested in. I've seen a couple reveals here and there from companies, but nothing that I'm kind of excited for. This I need. Yeah, the Omega Red looks good, but like I said, it's something that I probably should have done ages ago. Hey Scott, how's it going? Alright, so she's almost ready for paints. I did a lot of sanding yesterday, so I just got a couple little spots here and there around the neck. And I think she'll be good to go. Cammy, still got a little bit more work on Cammy. And Misty's pretty much ready too. I'm just going to go over her again today. But I think I can at least start painting them up a little bit here and there. Yeah, we had a really nice 2 days. I think it was Wednesday. Joe that I'm doing the Gwen for that comes in streams. He came down on Wednesday with his neighbor. We got my AC panel fixed, so he helped me set up a sub panel. And then next day, Thursday, it's like beautiful out. And then today I went for a walk. I just got back. It's friggin' beautiful out again today. So he came all the way down to help me with my AC, and then of course we have these beautiful days right after. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's kind of it figures, because it was like sort of muggy and hot when they came and helped me, but it wasn't super bad, but it wasn't great. And then now the next 2 days, it's like beautiful out. I just went for a walk before I started streaming. I got back and it was like a super cool breeze while walking down to the bay, so it was like, figured let me take advantage of it while it's a nice day, because we'll probably go right back to like summer in a couple days. So I figured I gotta start enjoying the nice days when I can. I saw the trailer to the Batman Nightfall animated, I guess it's part 1 of 3. That looks friggin' awesome. I love DC animated stuff, so I'm actually excited for that to come out. Oh, you got the Omnis? That's cool. That's, yeah, I know I read that story back in the day. I just haven't read it since. But the animated, looks really, really good. I'm actually shocked they went with that for an animated. But I'm here for it. Hopefully it's good. Animation looks pretty good. Little mark here. I did not see this mark. Where's this mark? I'm excited for the Terrific Con in 2 weeks. I think I'm going to head out there for half of the day. Go see Mike Grell. Get him to sign a book or two. I was actually shocked that San Diego Con and Terrific Con are so close together. They lost their jobs, Mr. and what? Hey, what's up, Raccoon? That's probably some bullshit reason to fire everybody because they're not making good movies anymore. They really are not making good movies anymore, so they probably got to get rid of everybody, but they don't know how to tell them they're fired because you made a crappy movie. You know, friggin' what, 20 years ago? They just walk in the office and say, you made a shit movie, you're fired. Nowadays, it's like, you gotta softball it and tell them everything's gonna be okay, and that's why you always have to have a backup plan. Yeah, I saw that trailer for I Play Rocky. That actually looks really good. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. Of course, I won't see it in the theater, but I will watch it when it's online. Or if my friend gives me a copy. But it does look pretty good. Yeah, that's the problem. You can't tell this generation that they're not doing a good job. I guess they all want to have that Google job where you just sit there all day long and get latte coffees and you do 15 minutes of actual work. Man, if I was working at Google and they had that kind of job, I'd have a side job while working at that job, just as a backup. Raccoon, you say hey once. Is that a different name you're seeing? I don't see a once. I swear to God, I think friggin' YouTube changes chat all the time. Hey Joe, how's it going? Yeah, but who's once? I wonder, is there someone in chat that's blocked or something? I don't know. Like I said, I like sometimes it's like every week there's weird symbols pop up. Oh, you're saying hey Raz. But I guess it makes it hey Raz is a different language? What? Oh, so when you hover over it, it's saying that it's a different language. Oh. Yeah, see, when yeah, hold on. Let me, like I said, every time, it's like every week there's something different. This is when I get stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can pop out the chat. Let's see here. Can we pop out the chat? Yeah. There we go. This is, see, I'm not going nuts. It's YouTube. All right, see? See, it says hey once. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But then when I hover over it, it says hey Raz. This is why every time you guys say stuff in chat, I get these little weird marks. And I don't never know what the hell people are saying. I guess I gotta hover over it. See? It's friggin' weird. I'm not a friggin' YouTuber to know what the hell's going on half the time. Oh well. I guess that kind of explains what the hell's going on. Yeah, I guess Raz is maybe like is once in a different language. Yeah. Okay. See, that's why sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the hell did they just say? Yeah, you are, Raz. But then again, you get some free benefits. Take advantage. So it is Friday, so I'm sure we'll probably see some more reveals tonight with the San Diego Con. I kept on thinking it was like Saturday for some reason. So maybe we'll get some new cool stuff. Nah, I won't report you. Just stay on the good side, that's all. Alright, so I just gotta sand down this spot here, and then I think I can do a coat of primer sealer. And I think the body is ready to go. Let's see. So on the head here, I think there was something. Yeah, I gotta kind of sand that down. Some of this down. Have you guys kept up with the Reckless Ben Lego story? Holy crap, just when you think it was over or getting close to it, more crap came out this week. I swear to God, I have never been so addicted to a shit show in my life. The guy who owns Bricks and Minifigs is absolutely batshit crazy. He actually wanted to get his staff to get shotguns to protect them from Reckless Ben. It's crazy. Yeah, so supposedly he was telling the cops that like Reckless Ben was a sociopath and he was into child stuff, and basically he got let go from prison on bail, and they needed to go arrest him because he's a psychopath, and he has a relative that was arrested, but it wasn't even Ben's relative, and the guy is just crazy. He's absolutely batshit crazy. The Street Fighter crossover, is it a game? I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it's so. Then the police who arrested Ben realized they were in the wrong. So the chief of police got Ben there, and they realized that they talked to him saying that we were in the wrong and you were going to make it right, and it is a silver matter. And because they realized that they got caught in the whole scandal, it's crazy. But supposedly he's got a couple more parts coming out, and it's going to be it's going to be a shit show. Oh, okay, Raz. I'll have to look into it. But, like I said, I am addicted. I absolutely love what's going on with this Lego. Like, all this guy had to do was just give them the Legos back, give them the money, and they could have looked like a hero, and their business could have been doing absolutely amazing. You know, people would have been like, oh, it's a really great company, and I want to work with them. But nope, this guy's ego will not allow it. And it is absolutely crazy. Alright, I'll watch it later, Raz. Thank you. Yeah, Street Fighter's been quiet lately, too. Not much going on. I like how the eyes are sculpted on this one. So this should make it very easy to paint these eyes. So that's actually pretty good. Just gotta get rid of some supports that are sticking out. Oh, in Saudi Arabia? Oh, okay. Well, I guess the reason why I say I don't know what's going on is because I haven't seen any, like, a lot of merchandise or anything coming out lately. All I've seen is, like, they've been doing, like, swimsuit editions on those, like, whatchamacallit, those sites that do the variant covers. Opposable Cammy? Really? Wow. $1 million prize pool. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. I wonder how do you qualify? I guess you gotta go through a couple tournaments. thought I sanded all these supports down. I guess I missed a bunch. Son of a bitch. I guess I'll grab your item too, Butterfly, so I can show you what I did. Give you a little bit of a rundown. Ugh. So I got the collar situated. I still gotta figure out where the lines are going on the collars, but I'm trying to kind of work on the arms a bit. So I did get this hand on this arm, so that'll kind of go like that. The only problem is I gotta sort of get it on her before I attach the arm, because it'd be a kind of a pain in the ass to do it. But I sort of cleaned up the helmet a little bit more. It looks messy, but it's a lot smoother than what it was inside. So I'm just kind of working this out to go here. Somewhat. Got to figure out how it's going to go on. And then I have her hand. So I'm thinking the way this is going to go is something like that. This hand will go like here, like this, something like that. And I'll have to Dremel a hole through the helmet there and probably over here and kind of like pin it and then seal it up from the inside. So that's going to be something where I got to kind of figure out where it's going to go. Sadly, I know the hand doesn't hit the helmet doesn't hit it all the way, but if I don't do it a certain way, maybe down a little bit more, or kind of come in like this. I gotta figure it out, because the problem is if I put it too low, it won't fit correctly. So I gotta kind of fudge it, sort of, in a way, something like that. It's just the way it is. Either the helmet doesn't fit or all that stuff. So, but I'll get it in there one way or the other. Or the helmet goes, or I do something like this, you know. So maybe in a little bit more like here, something like that, maybe. If I could fit it in like that, so it looks like she's got it kind of in the hand. So I got to play with it a little bit more. But I figure I'll sort of play it out and get it to where I want it. And then after that, we'll have to start working on the hair. I just got to figure out you know, how it's got those like lines over here. So I just got to figure out where I'm going to do those. And then I know you said you wanted like shoulder seams, so I have to figure those out too. But other than that, kind of almost there. So I'll get back onto it next week. But I think the collar worked out pretty good. I like the way it looks now. But that's what I got so far. Just the helmet's going to be the tricky part. It's not going to be 100% like clean and perfect. You know, wherever I figure I put the helmet, I might have to fudge the arm a little bit. You know, with the helmet to sit in the arm maybe. And then, like I said, I gotta have to Dremel a hole to kind of like snap it into place at the end. So what I'll do is it'll probably be like a rod or a nail that goes in the arm and then here, and then after that I seal it up, and I'll try and make it as clean as possible, but I can't promise anything. It's sadly, when this is like an item that we're customizing, it's hard to plan when it should have been planned from the very you know, like from the sculpt on, but it'll work. But that's what I got so far. Yeah, the bald head kind of still throwing me off. But once the hair is on there, it'll come together. Hair is always at the end. Yeah, I showed it to my friend who's like big into like the old anime stuff. I thought he was in a Robotech, but he wasn't. But he did know of the character, and he liked what was going on with it. He was more into like G.I. Joe, Transformers, and He-Man. But he did. At least one of my friends knew who the hell it was. The other guys had no clue. So. I always like to show them and get second opinions while I'm working on stuff. But most of the time, if it's not an X-Man character, they don't know who the hell it is. Those bastards. So it was a very, very productive week. I got a lot of stuff done. So I'm hoping I get a couple more weeks like this, because I would really, really like to start painting these figures up. But now that, so what happened is after I put in the AC unit, I started trying to work in there, and we had it was like almost a 98-degree weather day. So the garage was like 105. So I put on the AC, and it was working great for 20 minutes, and then it tripped the fuse. So I was like, shit. So I waited about 15 minutes, put it back on. It worked for about 10 minutes and tripped it. And after that, it just kept tripping it. So I was like, I gotta find somebody to help me out, because I had a 30 amp in the garage. I'm making a video on it, sort of. And I contacted Joe. I said, hey, do you know anything about electrical work? Can I just get like an adapter? And he's like, no, you gotta put a panel on. So Joe came down Wednesday with his next door neighbor. He went above and beyond. I got a panel in there now. So I was having the AC on after he left on Wednesday, and it was on for like 2 hours, and it was running beautiful in the garage. So finally I got a good AC system, but where I put the hose, it was a lot of blowback still. So what I did is Thursday, yesterday, I set up a piece of wood in the thing where it has both hoses going in. So now I got this beautiful AC set up where I could work in the garage, and I'm good for the August. But of course today it's beautiful out, so the garage door was open. So, and I have the windows open in the house. The only reason why I got the AC on now is because the sun was blaring on the studio, so it became a hot box. But I think I'm ready for the winter and the summer now. Can actually get shit done without baking in there in the summer. It's awesome. It's kind of funny. I was talking to my one cousin, and I told Joe that, you know, I know like relatives and I know people like family I could ask for help, but you just don't ask them for help. But I know more like clients and friends that would help me better and easier. So worked out. I'm happy. I got my poor man set up all done in the garage. Okay. Just gotta sand this shoulder, prime that up, get that going. I went through the chair, I sanded it down, it's got dust there. I had to sand this outside with the hose because I couldn't do it inside the bathroom. I probably would have broke it. But I got a lot of the stuff off. Not everything, but a lot. The neighbors saw me carrying this around outside. They were probably like, why the hell does that guy have a doll chair in his hand? Probably should have used my magnifying glasses when I was going through this yesterday. I was trying to get trying to smooth it out more than I think underneath here. I really got to hit it with some heavier sandpaper. I think this is where all the supports were. I don't think this chair was intended to be printed this big. I think that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, I cleaned this up a lot, but I think because it was printed so big, I think he had to do a lot of extra supports on it. And I guess you do like automated supports. Is that how it works? So it automatically adds supports and stuff, and I think that's why it's not as clean. But I'll clean it up the best I can. I just don't want anything like really looking bad sticking out, that's all. But I don't think this was actually like the best sculpt either, because like a lot of this stuff is not like evened out. So I think it's a very like I guess lazier sculpt. I don't know. Not really sure. But it's alright, we can make it look like a worn sort of older chair, I guess. It doesn't need to be super perfect and pretty. I don't want it to be perfect anyway. Figure a little dirty, make it kind of worn, especially the edges. Maybe even make it stained or something, I don't know. Yeah, because like all this like stuff sculpted in here, it's not like you think they would have taken like an item and just kind of copied and pasted it, but they didn't, so it's kind of all over the place. But it's alright, I like it though, it looks good this way. Yeah, so I think he did auto. You could see he had to cut it here because it was so big. So, but I cleaned it up pretty well. I mean, it's still not perfect, but it's definitely, definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. That's the thing I hate about customizing statues. It's all the tedious prep work for paint, because there's a lot of stuff that you got to get ready and prep. Like you get spoiled with those kits from like Onage in Japan, because they're like all pretty much ready out of the box. But with these, there's always something I missed or I gotta correct. Yeah, that's the only thing that scares me about 3D printing. Even though, like, you know, 3D printing is really awesome and you get these cool sculpts, it's all that supports. Because so far I've had some kits that are very, very clean without like really shitty supports, and then there's other stuff I've gotten where it's like the supports are a friggin' nightmare, like this one. But that's because he had to automate it, and it's not his fault. It's just that we took something that's not meant printing so big to add all the extra to it, you know. But I'll take this over the old casting prints back in the day with millions of pinholes. At least this stuff, it's just supports the sand. The old pinholes used to be a nightmare, because like when you get a section and there's like 30,000 pinholes like on something smooth, it was easier just to Dremel it out and shove eaves there and rebuild it again than try to fill in all the holes, because then sometimes you would hit an air bubble and it would break anyway. So I don't miss that stuff. Especially when you had all the pinholes on a super detailed item. That sucked. Well, I haven't had a problem with any of your stuff, Raz, but then again, we've kind of kept it to a bare minimum of like nude figures without like a lot of detail. So we haven't kind of really run into that. But yeah, what I got to do is I probably got to get my Dremel tool, and I got to sit underneath it here and kind of hit this with areas. That's right. It's alright. I'm getting there. Now, I hate to say it, but now that I don't have to take my parents to the doctors every week, I'm actually starting to get back on track now. So that's one thing that I've noticed. It's starting to have more time on my hands again, which is good. Alright, I'm not seeing any more crazy supports. I think we got a lot of them off. Yeah, except the... Now, does support, like, say the sculptor only intended for it to be like a 1/6 scale print, but if you print it at a 1/4, do the supports like go with the scaling, or do you have to like fudge it on your end? Because I noticed like some items I've looked at that I was thinking about getting, or they say 1/6 only. So does that matter or what? I don't know, you guys are the pros at this stuff. Okay. Yeah, because I noticed that I think it's ES Monster and Abe. They do support and non-support, so I guess maybe that's why they do it. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. She's pretty much there. So we just need to do her fingers one more time. You guys need to get those printers and supports where it prints the supports in like alcohol base, and you just dip it in liquid and the supports just melt off. Come on, man! You guys got to spend like that $150,000 on printers. What are you doing? You guys are weak, only spending like $3 grand on a printer. You guys need to step up your game. You know, take out a house loan, do something. You could be a YouTuber and be all famous. Oh, okay, so you guys got the cheap stuff, man. Come on. You gotta get those printers where it takes up, like, you know, a warehouse. And then you gotta hire a workforce to be printing with you. I expect more from you guys. Come on. You guys better hold on to those printers, though. Give it another year or so, and they're going to make sure that you guys can't even buy parts for them anymore. They're going to be like, nope. The working man cannot own a 3D printer. It's kind of funny. I was talking to my friend too a week ago, and I was like, you know, it's like, oh, 3D printing is going to take over everything. But I was like, you know what? They're probably going to start going after these companies, and they're going to make it so that you can't do all this 3D printing anymore. And then it's all going to go back to factories. Going to pass a law. Yeah, so it's like, so I guess we better enjoy all this while we can, because pretty soon they're gonna cause something, or they're gonna cause some kind of, like, you know, outburst or outcry. You know, they'll have a false flag with somebody prints a weapon, and they're gonna go like, oh, we have to ban all this now, and blah blah blah, and no more Wolverine statues for everybody. It's all coming to an end. Raz, they're gonna kick open your door like the Gestapo, and they're gonna take your printer away. You better be ready. They're coming. They did? Really? But then again, it's California. I'm sure they're passing laws for, like, already in for 2030 already. That stuff that's not even out yet, they're probably putting it on the books. I bet you California's already passing laws for like if space aliens come in, that they'll be allowed to vote and shit, you know? Even if the aliens become our overlords, they're gonna probably be passing laws for them right now. I'm sorry, but if any of you guys live in California, what the hell are you guys doing over there? You guys do some weird hoodoo. Hey, what's up, Devastator? I'm pretty sure soon California will pass a law that you can't breathe more than like 5,000 breaths in a day because of you're burning up the oxygen. So I'm pretty sure there'll be a law in the book soon with that in California. If they see you outside running or breathing, you get arrested. Yeah, I remember Canada did something like that. Because they were saying that you're destroying nature or something. I bet you it was just a ruse because that's where like the aliens were setting up to take over the planet. So California was like in cahoots. I mean, Canada was in cahoots with them. Really, Scott? Well, I know they, like you said last week, and I think I looked into it, New Jersey, now they realized it went against the Constitution with the magazine clips. So I know a lot of people are, like, losing their shit over that right now. Well, the ones who don't want guns are losing their shit, I should say. But I don't think it's actually passed yet, right? We need like good news. We need like to have a week of just like good news for once. It's always some bullshit going on. I think good news would be if like the meteor was coming to end society. That probably would be good news, right? Well, that's good. I'm tired of this. You know, it sucks being in this state and you can't defend yourself really, but in other states you can. You know. Yeah, make Earth great again. Yeah, let the dinosaurs have the planet back. I think we did enough. Yeah, the more and more I every morning I wake up, I get my coffee, I sit down, answer emails, look over YouTube real quick, and then after I get situated with YouTube videos I want to watch for the day, I see the shit show that's going on, and I'm like, just bring on the meteor. Like, the stuff that goes on these days, can you imagine, like, back in the 90s, if we told people that this is what's gonna happen? People would be like, what the hell? Yeah, I know, Scott. That's kind of funny. Well, you know what it is? They don't teach it in school anymore. That's the problem, right? They don't teach any of this crap anymore. So kids just grow up thinking like, oh, that's gonna solve everything. You didn't see this side duct before for the Misty? Yeah, I completely I've been neglecting priming it up, so I finally primed it up this week. So I want to get this ready. I want to get these items all ready for paint. Start getting this stuff painted up. Yeah, I don't think I'll watch the He-Man. I was never really into He-Man. I mean, I had like the toys growing up as a kid. I did watch like the cartoon, but I think kind of once I sort of got out of the phase of cartoons, I never really stuck with He-Man. You know, I never read the comic books. I never was really into it that much. So I probably trying to watch the movie won't appeal to me much. I know my friend's a big He-Man fan, so he watched it, but he said it wasn't what he's kind of used to. So I guess being like a He-Man fan, it wasn't up to his standards, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot down the line, but nothing that I'm gonna kind of run out to watch right away or anything. I want to see Furious. I think that's what it's called. The one where the two guys, one's looking for his daughter and the other one's trying to get his wife back. I heard that was pretty good. My friend also saw another movie. I forgot what it was. He said it was like a... It was a, it's like a 2-hour movie. But he said the first part was boring, though, I think. Or good. I don't know. I forgot what he says. I have to get back in touch with him. See what he said. Although I did see, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a lot of the rumor sites that, like, James Gunn, the girl who played Supergirl, and also the girl who wrote Supergirl were out there flipping out on all the fans. So, I guess that's kind of a normal thing now, to just yell at fans that don't like your movie. So, that was kind of funny. I didn't really think James Gunn would do something like that, but supposedly he was out there saying shit. So sadly, I think Gunn's done. I think they're gonna get rid of him. I don't think he's gonna last much longer, because he still wants that the girl who wrote Supergirl to write Wonder Woman. So that's kind of interesting. Did you guys see Supergirl at all? I still never saw it yet. When I guess now it doesn't matter about spoilers, but when I found out she kills at the end of the movie, I said, "Yep, that's going toward whatchamacallit, Peacemaker again." So I'm like, nope, I don't want to watch it. I don't like seeing those type of heroes kill. I don't like that in regular heroes. Like, if you're gonna do it in The Boys, okay, but when it comes to the DC and Marvel, I don't like it. Yeah, I was gonna give it a chance, but then as it got closer, I started hearing, like, you know, the pre-screens and what people were saying. And then when I found out she kills, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not really care for it. I don't know. I hate that Gunn seems to like heroes killing all the time, like in Peacemaker. Like, I don't like that. That's why I like Superman, because Superman was fun. I thought that Superman was like a comic book movie. But, oh well. Well, they gave the writer, she's never wrote a script in her life. Like, that's mind-blowing to me. Like, you never wrote any kind of movie, a TV show, novels, You wrote one YouTube short and you get a multi-million-dollar Supergirl script. There's something to that. That doesn't make any sense to me, you know? Like, I've never heard of somebody who's never been heard of before gets like a multi-million-dollar script to write. I'm sure they will, Raccoon. Oh, and then I heard about the lanterns. I heard that it's not going to go over well. So. Yeah, she probably is part of the Epstein stuff. Yeah, I saw something with McFarlane in his Spawn movie. Like, how are you getting bad writers for Spawn, you know? Just go and read the damn comics and pull up a story and write off the story. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the Lanterns too much. Supposedly it's like a detective show. Supposedly Hal Jordan dies in the first episode, so everything we see of Hal, he's not even in the rest of the series. So, like, I like Jon Stewart, and I like Hal Jordan, and I like Guy Gardner, but, like, why are you killing off Hal? You know? At least that's what I heard. McFarlane is the writer. Well, at least he's being honest. You know what it is they got rid of talent. They brought in tons and tons of hacks, and you just don't have talent anymore. You just got people who all, you know, were told they're amazing, here's your diploma, go get a job, and then when they go out and they write stuff, it's like crap. And sadly, the damn movie companies allow it. Yeah, it's a shit show. That's alright though. I'm still addicted to all the fan AI stuff coming out. I've been watching that one Instagram channel. I forgot the name of it, where they're doing the Anunnaki, the aliens AI. The shit's so friggin' good. I'm like, they should make a movie off of that. Happy. The music died. What's going on here? What the hell's going on? What the hell? Over here. Okay, one more prime session on this. And some wet sanding, and I think she is good to go. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. I gotta prime this. Alright, so I think we got two just about ready. So clean these up. So I should have a good chance this upcoming week. So hopefully maybe we can start like the skin or something on these two. Cammy is the only one that still has a little bit to go. Yeah, I've been messing around with Grok a lot lately too. I've been taking a lot of artwork and like tweaking it. So I find a lot of like, because I'm still working on the files for my digital frame I have in my studio now, not the studio, my TV room, the collection room. So there's like a lot of artwork I find out there, but sometimes like the outfit's wrong, or I don't like the way it's too shiny or something. So I could put it in Grok and I could tweak it. It's I know it's taboo to do that, but I've seen a lot of cool stuff though come out of it. It's a great tool. It is going to kill a lot of businesses, but I also think that some businesses are stupid to go fully in on AI. I think they're going to regret it. Just like a lot of companies regretted doing all that outsourcing for their, companies. Because remember, like, all these businesses were like, why pay Americans? We can outsource it to, like, India or whatever and save money. But what happened is they got scammed. So basically, I even, like, the one company my brother worked for at the time, they were like, we're going to outsource our IT. So they outsourced the IT, but what happened is when they outsourced it, they saved crazy amounts of money, but then they started they were nickeling and diming all the tickets that were going in, so they wound up paying more money, and they didn't have that in-house hands-on somebody to come up from the bottom floor to help the boss with his computer anymore. So, and I think that's kind of what's going to happen with the AI stuff. Companies are going to go in and then they're going to realize they don't have those people on hand to help out, and it's going to screw over the company. Yeah, I've been seeing that too, Devastator. It happened. It happened during the whole outsourcing thing. All these companies outsource because they're like, we're going to save crazy amounts of money. And then I heard stories of like the CEOs and vice presidents. They would be like, I need somebody to come up here and help me with my computer. And they're like, well, we outsource everything. There's nobody here anymore. They're like, but what about the guy I used to call like every day to come help me? And they're like, well, we fired him. It's like, so you don't have that in person anymore. So I think that's what's going to happen. I did see one article where the company was dumb as hell. They fired everybody because they thought AI was going to replace the whole workforce. And like the company came to a grinding halt. I should have saved that article. Like I said, it's a tool, but it's not going to replace everything. You know, I mean, like the days of Photoshop and Illustrator, you know, it replaced like the workforce of traditional artists, but you still needed some people to be able to do it. But then it also made people do freelance easier. I don't know. But I've had a lot of fun with it though, kind of tweaking stuff and messing around. But like I said, I still love traditional artwork too. So I think there's a place for everything maybe. But I noticed now a lot of the statue fan art stuff, a lot of guys are doing like AI mock-ups now. And they're selling the pre-sales for the mock-up. So that's kind of the next step. Just pretty much... Alright, Raz, have a good one. Okay, so I found an air pocket here. Yeah, I forgot last week I did a lot of cleaning on this. I forgot the primer. Okay. Got the prime. I'm gonna go real quick and drum out this little air pocket. Be right back. There's definitely a bigger air pocket than I realized. Oh, my Jesse Pokemon is all finished. So I'm gonna hopefully get the video up, the final video up this weekend. I might try to just do it tomorrow, because I don't think I'll be able to Sunday. But I'm happy she's all finished. I think she came out really cool. Oh, I also got to do the one hair piece for her too. I forgot. Try to get that done now too. got to figure out my next work in progress series too. I have the character I want to do in mind. I just got to see which statue I can use for her. Yeah, I think you'll like her. She worked out pretty well. I think the statue kind of fits her pretty well, and the paintwork came out good. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully she sells too. I could use a good payday on it. I really do like the character now. So one day I'll make one for myself for my own collection, but for this one, just something for the video series. I have to see. I was thinking of something else. I gotta go through my, this weekend, I gotta go through all my statues over here to the right of me. I think there might be might be a box or two of a character I forgot I had that I can use. I still gotta get rid of all this stuff in the house, so I have to figure it out. Like I said, I got the character in mind. I gotta just see if a statue I have will work with it. I forgot that I never did the wrap on this hair. Completely forgot about this. Starting to get all those San Diego Comic-Con emails about all the variant covers. I don't even like them that much anymore. They're not even that exciting. hairpiece goes there, and this one goes. Yeah. We'll get some baby powder. Okay, I think that'll work. Put some more powder just to make sure it doesn't stick. All right. Alright, so other than cleaning these guys up, I don't think there's really anything else I have to do. This one I just didn't get in the garage and sand it down yet. I want to try to take it down a little bit more. I know it looks messy in there, but it's going to be all black with a very, very hint of green in areas, not much. It's not going to be all that pretty. But what I might do is I might sort of paint it up and then maybe do a little eaves work on it and then finish painting it up and then seal it. I think that's how I'm going to try to do it. What I need to do is kind of sand down the bottom in there. I think that'll work. Yeah, I want it to come down a little bit more. It actually kind of wobbles. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of mark it and Dremel a hole and kind of just like seal it up. So I think that is. Wait, do I have a base? Yeah, I have the base for Cammy. Okay, so all the bases are done. Yeah, I think we're coming to the end. It's just the tedious stuff. So this I have to get in the garage and really clean this up. So I'm gonna get this by the door. I'm gonna try next week to do another sand session. And I think they'll be ready to go soon. So since I got some eaves, I might as well put this on her boot and show you Joe's item. Yeah, I forgot I had a little bit of a nick in this boot and kind of like broke off down here. I think I dropped it the other day. I must have dropped it a while ago. There's still primer there. There is this one. So I finished Joe's hair on his Gwen. Where is her arms? Got a little bit of a scratch here. So this was kind of a mess this week. So I got the backpack together. I still got to kind of clean up some of the edges. The guy that sculpted this added a lot of things that don't make sense for a backpack. So we took off a lot of these weird add-ons, like really weird. But I think you guys like the way this kind of works out. Well, this had a so it's kind of funny you mentioned the spider logo. So this had like this little Spider-Man. It's like a canteen, but it's like a little purse. But the way the guy sculpted it was, he sculpted a loop here and then a loop on this, but if it was to go on there, the loop would break off in an instant. So I tried creating a chain, but it looked really weird. So we just scrapped this because it doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, like a Spider-Man logo could work, but it's Gwen. She really doesn't have Spider-Man stuff on her, I guess. At least this version. But the backpack is weird. Like, you wouldn't really think somebody would be carrying, like, this is more like a camping bag. So, but he, yeah, like his, and he had these like weird straps that didn't strap to anything. So you have this clip here, which is normal, but then there was a strap here, but it didn't connect to anything. And then there was a strap here that didn't connect to anything. So it was just like added straps for fun. I don't know. So we took it all off. We just made it like a basic backpack. So, whatever. But, so this clips on her back with a magnet, and it connects where I put the metal rods. So that clips on perfect now. But the way the sculptor had it was, he had like the straps going around her arm that would connect to the bag, but the bag didn't connect to her back. So if you tried to glue the straps to that, the straps would break. But then the straps didn't go underneath her armpit. The strap went around her breast to the back. It was weird. So this is like a ground up sculpt. So this, her arm goes here, of course, but then her book back, this arm didn't line up correctly with the books, but I put the rod in here, so now this just kind of clips into her waist, and it stays in her arm. And then, this arm, of course, didn't line up with, it kind of lined up with the new head. So you can kind of see it clips there, and then this is the this is the test glasses. So the test glasses go in like that. So, but I like the way the hair came out. I had a lot of fun with this hair. It was just the glasses were a real bitch to do, but I got her that Gwen hair. So this is, compared to the way this was in the beginning, it's completely different now. It's kind of funny when Joe came to help me with the panel for my electric in the garage. He says his OCD was kicking in, so he wanted to make it perfect. I told him, like, hey, as long as the wires are out of the way and it's safe, I'm good. But I told him when I do my statues, my OCD kicks in, and I just did not like the way the sculptor did everything, because he didn't have cuffs on her arms. He just had like a weird loop. So I added the cuffs, I added changed the breast and all the wrinkles. The skirt came all the way down to her knees. It was weird. But this came out pretty good now. But I'm not really... I've been cleaning it up. I'm getting it ready. There's a couple more things I have to kind of clean. Some areas. Definitely a sculpt that was sculpted by somebody and then completely redone by me almost. New head, redone body. I think the only thing I didn't really change was the boots. I think I pretty much did everything else. I still say the skirt on this was the funniest thing, because the way the sculptor sculpted it, it was down low and it was hollow, but it wasn't connected to the legs. I don't know if you guys with 3D printing understand what I'm saying. It wasn't connected to the legs. I guess when you sculpt, you can like merge items to make it solid. But he didn't merge the skirt with the legs, so when it was printed, the skirt was like this thick, but it was hollow. So it was like floating off the legs. It was weird. It was very, very strange. So I guess when you 3D sculpt, you're like when you merge something, I guess you have to merge it in a way where it makes it solid. But he didn't do that with the skirt, so I was trying to work on it, and I told Joe, I'm like, I'm just ripping this damn thing off and redoing it, because it wasn't working. It was not working at all. But I got it done. It's definitely a one of a kind now. But Joe's happy, I'm happy, and we corrected all the issues. So, that's that. Alright, I'm cutting the stream early tonight. I am tired. I don't have much else to do. I need to fine-tune a little bit more, but I'm going to have at least one of them ready next week to start painting, so I'm going to make sure. I think I'm going to start off with Misty. I think I'll have Misty ready for painting next week. Peach, I just need to do the sealing. I got to get her sealed. So if I could get her sealed, I could start her afterwards. But I'm going to start Misty next week. She's ready to go. But with that being said, you guys have a good weekend. And then hopefully once we get them painted, I can start doing other streams on other characters too.